Let me take you on a culinary journey around the world. The Chinese chow mein, spicy Egyptian koshari, the simple Japanese udon, to the Italian spaghetti, the tangy pad thai from Thailand, to the Peruvian green pasta, the clear Vietnamese pho, the American chopsy, the colorful Korean japchae, to the soupy Indonesian laksa. There's one thing that's common. Yes, you guessed it right. It's the noodles. Hey
Hey
guys,
guys.
this is Rashmi and Raga, and this video is about making the South Indian Ottu Shavige. But first, it's time for some history of noodles. While the popularity of the noodles is a widely accepted consensus, the origin is still a debate. There are numerous contenders who have claimed to be the creators of the noodle. So, who created the noodles? Was it Italians, Indians, Arabs, or Chinese? Let's start with China. Did it really originate in China? Maybe yes, maybe not. Let me explain. The earliest record of noodles appeared in a book written during China's East Han Dynasty, sometime between 25 to 220 AD. And then in 2005, a 4,000-year-old bowl of noodles was unearthed at the Lajia archaeological site in northwestern China. The excavators found around 50 centimeter long yellow strands in an overturned pot that had probably been buried during a catastrophe. Now, one would think that this excavation of noodles would settle disputes about the origin of noodles once for all. While the discovery did answer several questions, many scholars argue that, like many other foods across the globe, the noodle was not born or invented in one specific geographical location but developed simultaneously at multiple regions. This is because these regions had similar local ingredients and produce, like buckwheat, rice, or millets. Take, for instance, the emergence of pasta in Italy. For a long time, people believed in a contradictory myth that Marco Polo, who voyaged to China, upon his return to Italy, brought back copious amounts of spices and, of course, the secrets of Chinese noodle trade. However, several historians indicate that the ancient Italians called Etruscans had already started preparing a lasagna-type noodle made out of spelt around 400 BC. Then came the Romans, who made lagane, a kind of lasagna using water and flour. One thing that needs to be noted is that both the Etruscans and Romans baked their noodles in an oven, so boiled pasta was yet to be born in Italy. Meanwhile, in the Middle East, the Arabs had started making boiled noodles, or ithria, which are thin strings of noodles made with stiff unfermented dough. The first clear Western reference to this ithria was in the 5th century AD in the Jerusalem Talmud. Later, traders from Arabia packed a dry form of these noodles on long journeys across the Silk Road. Now that we've established the Silk Road, let's talk about India. Though there is little documented data about the art of making Indian noodles, it is not right to make any broad claims about its beginnings. India may not be known as the land of noodles, but it has traded with the Middle East, China, Southeast Asia, Europe, and Africa for thousands of years and has been exposed to noodles from all directions. Broadly, the Indians use either wheat, that is commonly used in vermicelli, rice, that's used for freshly pressed shavge, millets, that are used for ragi idiyappams, chickpeas, to make save, without which none of the Indian charts would survive, or cornstarch, that's used to make the faluda noodles. The concept of passing flour dough through a sieve isn't native to one region alone. The sevaya kheer is strikingly similar to that of the Egyptian sheraya bil halib. The Persian falude has found a spot on the Indian table as faluda. In Western India, the Makar Sankranti delicacy, the Sutarfeni, is considered an Indian avatar of the Persian pashmak or the Turkish bismania. The sevaya biryani or upma bears a strong resemblance to the reshte polo from Libya. And in the east, Assam's anguli pita, which are short, fat, steamed rice noodles, might have been inspired by the silver noodles or bee taibak of China. In southern India, the rice noodles take predominance. These pressed rice noodles share an uncanny resemblance to the Sri Lankan string hoppers and the Malaysian putumayam. While Keralites enjoy these rice noodles as idiyappam, Kodavas know the dish as nupattu. People from South Canara and Udupi regions popularly call it the semike. With all the instant noodles readily available in the market, one might wonder if it's worth going through the pain of making this elaborate process of making shavge. But then you see, it isn't just about the eating. Cooking an elaborate recipe would mean setting aside a time where the entire family can work together to create a meal that gives us a chance to pause, catch up, and connect with each other. As the food is being prepared to lay out, everyone gathers, conversation flows, and families bond. And as they say, ಮಾತು ಬಲ್ಲವನಿಗೆ ಜಗಳವಿಲ್ಲ, ಊಟ ಬಲ್ಲವನಿಗೆ ರೋಗವಿಲ್ಲ. When you know about everything that goes into your food, there's very little chance for you to fall sick. Okay, it's time to get back into the recipe. The process of making the idiyappam and shavge is slightly different. For the idiyappam, a special milled rice flour and boiling water is mixed and kneaded to form a dough. The dough is then pressed through a sieve extruder, steamed, and served. For the semige or the shavige, raw rice is soaked in water for a couple of hours, blended, and allowed to rest for a few hours. The batter is then steamed and pressed through a traditional extruder called the shavge mane or varal. The hot semige is served with chutney and kai halu. Since the shavge mane is not a commonly available commodity, we shall be using the regular safe press to make the shavge in our recipe. Without further ado, let's start making some Ottu shavge. The key ingredients of good shavge are the rice and the alaki. In a bowl, add 2 cups of raw rice and 1/4 of a cup of sweetened rice or alaki. Add some water and wash the mixture thoroughly. While I have used the Sona Masuri rice here, you could use parboiled rice or red matta rice. Add some water and soak the mixture for 2 hours. Now add the soaked rice and alaki to a mixer jar. And add some grated coconut, salt, and blend it all together. Transfer the batter to a bowl. Allow the batter to rest for 4 to 6 hours or overnight in a warm place. after resting, give the batter a good mix. Now carefully spoon the batter into the idli molds and steam the batter for 10 minutes. The idlis will be ready when a 4-plate into it comes out clean. Now demold the idlis and make sure that all the idlis are kept warm. Add the idlis to a grease-safe press and start pressing the shavige. And there you have it, the gorgeous, soft and fresh Ottu shavige. Now it's time to
begin?
No, it's time to spruce up the shavige. Now let's start making some accompaniments for our shavige. Let's begin with some spicy onion chutney. In a hot skillet, add 1 teaspoon of coconut oil, 1 tablespoon coriander seeds, 2 teaspoons of urad dal, 1 teaspoon of chana dal, 4 to 5 dried red chilies, some curry leaves, and some salt. Give it all a good mix. And in the end, add a teaspoon of sesame seeds. Turn off the heat and add some grated coconut. Mix it well and transfer the mixture to a mixer jar. Now add some oil in the skillet and add the roughly chopped onions. Cook it until it becomes translucent and transfer to the mixer jar. Add a tablespoon of tamarind juice, a tablespoon of jaggery, some water, and blend the mixture. Now let's temper the chutney. Start by heating some coconut oil in a hot skillet and add a teaspoon of mustard seeds, a teaspoon of urad dal, some hing, and curry leaves. Add this hot tempered seasoning to the ground mixture and now your onion chutney is ready. Now let's make some fresh and sweet kai halu or coconut milk to go with our shavige. Begin by melting some jaggery in boiling water. Next, in a mixer jar, add half a cup of grated coconut, 1 teaspoon of roasted poppy seeds, few roasted cashews, few cardamom pods, half a cup of water, and blend it all to a fine smooth paste. Transfer the mixture to a serving bowl and strain the liquid jaggery syrup into the mixture. The easy peasy kai halu is now ready. Now let's serve the Ottu shavige with some chilled coconut milk or kai halu and spicy onion chutney.
Now, if you are too lazy like me to make any of the side dishes, I have a solution for you. Take some freshly made shavige in a bowl, add some jaggery and toasted sesame seed powder. Then add a few toasted cashew, a pinch of cardamom powder and freshly grated coconut. Give it all a mix. Our yellow bella shavige is now ready.
Now let's make some lemon flavored shavige. Add a teaspoon each of mustard seeds, urad dal and chana dal into some coconut oil. Then add 4 to 5 sprigs of curry leaves, a pinch of hing and saute it. In goes the green chilies, green peas, turmeric and salt. Finally, add the shavige and saute it. Add half a teaspoon of lemon juice and a tablespoon of grated coconut to finish off the dish. And there you have it, the tangy lemony shavige. Go ahead and plate it and garnish it with some coriander leaves. Now let's proceed to make some tamarind flavored shavige. Let's begin with the tempering. Start with 2 teaspoons of coconut oil. Add a teaspoon each of mustard seeds and urad dal. A few red chilies and curry leaves. In goes the peanuts and some cashews. Once the nuts and seeds have been toasted, add 1/4 of a cup tamarind juice, a teaspoon of red chili powder, some salt, jaggery and hing. Once the mixture has thickened, add a teaspoon of toasted mustard fenugreek powder and a tablespoon of grated coconut. Give it all a good mix and add the shavige. The spicy tangy tamarind flavor shavige is now ready. Now let's add a touch of Berlin to our shavige. We shall now make a Indo-Berlin fusion curry inspired by the Udupi meneskai using mangoes and golden asparagus. Start by roughly chopping the asparagus and mango. In a pot of boiling water, add the roughly chopped mangoes and the asparagus with some turmeric, salt and jaggery. Meanwhile, in a mixer jar, add some freshly grated coconut, roasted chana dal, urad dal, fenugreek seeds, sesame seeds, red chilies, hing, curry leaves, mustard seeds and water. Grind it to a smooth paste and add it to the boiling asparagus mango mixture. Give it all a good mix. And there you have it, the Indo-Berlin mango asparagus meneskai. Serve this meneskai with the freshly made shavige and some tempering on the top. And that's one Vattu Shavige, 6 different styles. If you're in Berlin and want to eat some Vattu Shavige,
ನಮ್ಮನೆಗೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ತಿನ್ನಿ.